around, and just like I feel like all of the right people are talking about anything on X. It's just like it's very noticeable for me, at least.
Well, we're so lucky to have all of them, helping us out here and judging. I think it just makes it way more fun, to have really exciting, cool judges.
For sure. I hope the winners are stoked. I think they will be.
I know. Me too.
Me too. Yeah.
This is a big one. This is such a big one. So super excited for them to be excited.
Okay, we have people in the chat. Oh, yes. I think it's live on X and YouTube.
Okay, cool. Perfect. I just want to retweet. So.
All right, we got the comments coming in. Oh, we're live. Okay, nice. This is great.
Perfect.
All right. So if you are live in the chat, tell us where you're calling from and what you built. So we see some best of luck. It's usually like a delay. So hey everyone. Let's see what they say. This is exciting. Okay, India, nice, Canada. There we go. There's like a 5-second delay between us like saying things and what people hear. There we go. DC, Poland. Okay, Smart to Do app. I remember that one. Cincinnati. Okay, California. Someone built feta, like the cheese. You can build anything with anything, really. I mean, okay, Tone Lab. I remember that one. That was good. Dana. Okay, Turkey, Black Box. Nice. The Study Partner. Judges, do you remember these submissions? What people are mentioning in the comments? I think so.
Yeah.
Some of them. I love how Ben is like using anything almost in every sentence.
It's branded. It's all planned.
It's branded. It's a great brand name.
It's either a really great brand name or very confusing, depending on the sentence.
That's part of the fun, though.
Yeah, exactly.
So fun fact, I was using anything to build a side project. So recently I was in San Francisco and I have like a love relationship with the city. And I just remember walking around and it was so glorious and it was sunny and the streets were so clean. And I was like, wow, I haven't seen the city like this in so long. And so I bought this domain called crimisup.org. And it was meant to be like a troll on the fact that like San Francisco is actually super clean. It was just like a photo wall where you could upload beautiful photos of San Francisco. And I was using anything. So it was super sweet. I think it was actually before the Max agent though. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's very cool.
That's so fun.
Because I met Drew, but sorry, go ahead.
We need more of that energy in SF.
Yeah.
I feel like, like the narrative is like spun in the totally opposite direction. It's like, it's actually quite beautiful and great city.
So nice. Okay, I think we can get started. So tons of people calling from all over the world. Tons of great apps were built. Anything is an absolute amazing tool. Okay, what's up, Chris? I see. Okay, the CoPlay app. I remember that one. So Sean, I think we can get started. Okay, so from my side, Contra is a new creative network, and we host competitions with awesome tools like anything. And we really love to have a forum where people can come in, learn new tools, create cool things, and win prizes. So yeah, definitely check out Contra. And yeah, Marcus, I'll pass it to you for the anything update.
Yeah, sure. So anything is the best way to build mobile apps and sites on the internet. You can do it just by talking, using just like plain English, and we support a ton of integrations built in, as well as databases, deployment, everything you kind of need to get all the way from idea to production and eventually making your own money, including on the App Store. So exciting to kick this off.
All right, so this is a massive, massive challenge. Huge shout out to the Anything team. 100K in prizes. There's going to be 5 winners. And yeah, so now the prompt was like, hey, build a mobile app. And so we have some winners. Really excited to announce those, but huge shout out to the Anything team for making this possible. Obviously, $100,000 in prizes is literally life-changing money. So excited to announce these winners. Okay, so all right, Marcus, I'll let you kick it off since you're the first judge.
Yeah, sure. I'm Marcus. I'm one of the co-founders of Anything. I focus mostly on product and engineering. So if there are any bugs, then they're probably my fault. Feel free to DM me. I'll try to be responsive there. But yeah, excited to judge the hackathon. I think, I've seen so many like cool submissions, and it's like great to engage with the community that's building on top of the platform.
Yeah, absolutely. And my name is Zaria. I'm the founding marketer over here at Anything. So also just have been, so excited to see all of these submissions. I think everybody really up-leveled here, and they were really, really fun to look at. I'll pass to Nick.
Hey, this is Nick, owner of Baked.Design, mostly active on X. I spend a lot of time on Anything and other AI apps. It's fun to see what others are building with AI. It's great to see what designers are doing. Most of my feed is filled with devs. So yeah, thanks for Anything team. I'll pass it on to Cody.
Thanks, Nick. Hey, I'm Cody Schneider. I am the co-founder and CEO of Graph.com. It was really fun for me to go through these because I just get to see all of these businesses and basically audit like which ones could actually turn into companies. A bunch of the top 5 winners have like huge app potential. There's like massive markets for it, and maybe we'll talk about that some. I have like data for you. So for everybody that ends up winning, happy to share some go-to-market strategies that I think could be successful for them. So anyways, I'll pass it on to Ben.
Yeah, it's so funny because when you were posting the data in the Slack, it like influenced my votes. Like actually seeing like how this could be quantified into like real businesses is so
totally. There's one that's like I won't give it away, but it's like specifically there's a massive website it's very old. It gets a ton of traffic, and basically it's like perfectly built to basically be disrupted by a mobile application to replace it. And the audience is really niche and specific. So anyways, we'll get into that, but didn't mean to cut you off, Ben.
Hell yeah, no, all good. I love the curation from the Anything team on the judges because I have been following both Nick and Cody on X for like forever, and somehow I'm like in random group chats with Nick randomly, and then I'm like 100% certain I've implemented multiple growth strategies at Contra from Cody's Twitter posts, like 100%. So I think, yeah, it was really cool to like be a part of this. So definitely fans here, but I'm Ben, co-founder of Contra, super stoked to have judged everything. And I'll pass it to Vas because I don't think Tibo's in here.
Hey everybody. Yeah, my name is Vas, or Vasuman, full name. I used to work at Meta as a software engineer and recently started Varick AI Agents. We build AI agents for enterprise. Super stoked to be here. Likewise, reviewing everyone's submissions was pretty cool, and everyone's built something very interesting. It was very tough to decide, who won and who didn't because everyone did so well. But thanks to Anything, thanks to Contra for having me here, and looking forward.
Sweet. Judges are stacked. Yeah, and the submissions were really, really good. I love seeing in the comments what everyone was building. But to Cody's point, like some of these can be really big businesses, and I think it's crazy that like Anything is just enabling entrepreneurs to build. I think that's probably one of the most powerful things that I took away from this is like now everyone has like the power to go out and like build amazing businesses, and so super stoked to announce the winners. So I think first up we had social, the social winners. Okay, so all right, sorry. Let me talk about the prizes. So $100,000 in prizes. That's wild. That's freaking crazy. So big shout out to the Anything team once again for sponsoring this. And for the grand prize winner, you have 20K worth of credits as well. You can go out and like build your business. I mean, definitely take, Cody's advice here. Whoever that is, we don't know. It could be anyone, but whoever won, you have a huge prize and then also tons of credits. But first place prize, 20K in cash, 20K in credits. Second place, 12K cash, 12K in credits. And then you can kind of go on third, fourth, and fifth. All great prizes though. And then we have 20 social post winners for people who are, posting online, posting on X and LinkedIn and stuff like that. Nice. Okay, so if you're on the call and you're one of these people, you won because you had a great social post. I don't know, Marcus, if you want to say anything about like these users, but
Oh my gosh, like the social engagement for this just felt like tangible to me. It's crazy just to see like how engaged people have been posting about the hackathon. It really feels like there's just so much energy, and we love having like this amount of, energy around like the product. It's not too long ago that I think Dhruv and I and Zaria were, oh my God, we're building this thing. Does anybody care? Is anybody listening? And now it really does feel like there's like this like new community is starting to form. And it's just so exciting for us just to see the energy that everybody here is bringing into this. And
Yeah, I think it's also been really fun to see people interact with each other's posts too. Just like Marcus said, we're really seeing a community start to build and really kind of like be creative people supporting each other's apps and supporting each other's builds. And that's really our goal here, especially when we do these big hackathon events.
incredible. Yeah. And I noticed the buzz all over X, all over LinkedIn, all over Contra. So anything is definitely blowing up and I love to see it. So, okay, drum roll. We have some winners. I'm going to list off the first two. And then maybe I think what would be interesting is, Cody, like, did you do an analysis for each one of the top 5?
Yeah, I've got some data for each of the top 5 and then just like
Okay.
some ideas on like how to do distribution for it. So this is just basically,
Hell
I'll try to do it live. I don't know how much, like how deep we can get into it, but if you guys want help or have questions, please feel free to like reach out, DM me. Happy to, assist in whatever way that I can, or at least point you in the right direction. So.
Okay, that's the real prize because it's like,
Yeah, no, absolutely.
This stuff is gold. Honestly, Cody he's cracked. So
okay, so in 5th place we have Dirk. Okay, Dirk, if you're on the call or if you're in the comments, say something. But Dirk built Dreamcatcher, and this is crazy. Like we all have these dreams that like kind of trip us out, and you wake up, you're like, oh, what the hell just happened? Now you can log them. Now you can capture the way you're feeling as soon as you wake up, and you have this thing you can look back on. So, Cody, what's the analysis here?
Yeah.
What do you think I'm gonna say?
So there's actually a ton of search volume for Dream Journal app. I thought this was like really fascinating, that this is like such a huge category. I don't know if I can share my screen. It looks like I can. So we'll see if I can do this. Excuse my 1,000 tabs, just like I always have. But yeah, so this is something that's like gotten really popular recently, it looks like as well, which is fascinating. So this is like from June of this year, it's gone from 180 searches a month to about 1,900, 2,200 in October. So when I see this, I'm immediately like, cool, this is a massive category. If you look at the keyword phrase as well, just Dream Journal, let me bring that up. It's like 33,000 searches that are occurring on a monthly basis. So basically, it looks like there's a transition that's occurring right now from like people doing this with a physical to digital, right? And it, based off of the search intent, there is basically an interest in having like an understanding of what the dreams mean, if that makes sense. So, and the AI is basically very good at interpreting for you. The kind of psychographic of these individuals looks like it's like people that are into like, science and kind of like astrology. And so I think that there's like a combination probably at play there. But how I do the distribution on this, focus on that keyword phrase, on ranking that on Apple, like doing ASO, which is just basically like ranking organically on Apple's App Store. And then what we're seeing work really effectively right now for apps like this is Google Ads has a new ad format that basically, it's called a Performance Max ad. You can target people who have searched that keyword phrase previously. You can put them basically into an interest-based targeting audience and then follow them around and then have a conversion event for the app install or like a free trial start. That combination probably would be like, the initial like go-to-market that I could see working, just focusing on those two channels. But yeah, this is like a huge category. I think you could honestly make, how I'd probably structure it is like have it be like a 3-day trial and then it's like an $89 yearly purchase that happens after that. Super long onboarding to get people like into it and bought in mentally. But anyways, yeah, that's kind of the acquisition activation. So happy to answer any questions about that. But.
Okay, that was pure gold.
Yeah.
My God. Oh my God. All right. So there's levels to this. All right. And I feel like Cody is like S tier growth on Dreamcatcher. So I
don't know what will work. I'm going to throw that out there as a grain of salt. Just stuff for you to try. No guarantees on any of this, but it just angles to go from, like every company, it kind of functions like that. So.
Well, Dirk, the ball is in your court. You now have 4K and 4K worth of credits to keep building. Marcus, what did you think? Zaria,
Yeah, I think for me, the thing that really stuck out to me was just like this feeling of whenever I wake up, I had a dream, and then I know if I don't write it down, then I'm going to forget this. And literally the first thing that everybody reaches for when you wake up is your phone. And I was like, this just makes too much sense. Like, actually, you should just like build an app for this, and then like give me that like feedback loop of like, what does this thing mean? And also, I just like visually, I just loved like the branding of it, to be honest. Like the art, you can kind of like only half see it inside of like the live stream here, but some of the art is just like a unique, beautiful style as well. So
yeah, I agree. I think the branding here is so fun. Like even the cloud and that main graphic. And then, yeah, as you go through the app, you just get like a whole feeling, and, it has like this fun dark mode energy, but it's not too overwhelming. It really does feel like you're in a dream world when you're clicking through everything.
Absolutely. Yeah. Branding on point. Nick, any words? Voss, any words on this one?
I remember playing around with this one. It was very interesting. Like Zaria had said, very much like the aesthetic matching like the content of the app, which is always like great to see. Shows they spent some time on it. So yeah, congrats, Dirk.
Sweet. Okay.
Yeah,
well done, Dirk. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Nick. Can't hear Nick. Okay. Uh-oh. All right. Sorry about that, Nick. Okay. Congratulations, Dirk. We can go to 4th place. And in 4th place, we have Maxim. Wow. Okay. So cool. With a Travelero Tralala. So nice. Yeah. I love the name, by the way. Once again, super clean branding. Congratulations, Maxim, if you're on this. Is he in here? Oh, I saw Dirk. Dirk said thanks so much. Okay, Cody, over to you. What did you think about this? How would we grow this?
Yeah, totally. So I think the angle here, I'll stop sharing and reshare, so I have it on my side. But the angle here is going after AI trip planner. It looks like that is the category that is kind of popping off with this. So just to show you the volume here, this is kind of the growth that's happened over the last couple of years. So 6,600 in November. So focusing on these keyword phrases, what's really fascinating is when you look at that, there's like all of these subsets of it as well. So like looking for flights, and just like specific locations. So there's probably ways to like focus on those too. But yeah, really similar strategy on the distribution side, focus on like ranking for that keyword within Apple, the iOS search. I think you could probably run paid ads against this as well and like make it work. The other thing is like from a monetization standpoint, there's probably an affiliate play here where you're basically like suggesting specific travel locations. There's tons of partners websites or basically affiliate programs for travel. So you could probably tap into that as well. And then that same strategy on the Google ad side, where basically you're doing those ads for app install. I don't know what the competitiveness is on this. It looks pretty low currently. There's only like a couple that are actually like bidding on this. A lot of them are desktop applications from what I've seen. So I think going that mobile route, which is how people plan, will be, an angle. Something that it came to mind as I was going through this process was like thinking about how I personally, kind of do discovery is I'll go scroll social and like try to identify locations, taking screenshots of that and being able to upload it and be like, where is this? Like, can we add this to my itinerary or kind of like build that out? Was something that like came to mind. What you're replacing is like what a travel agent used to do. Travel agencies are actually back on the rise. It's really fascinating. And so this is a way I love companies like this where you're basically like taking this higher tier service that's typically expensive, unbundling it in some capacity, giving it 80% of the same like experience, and just basically like trying to facilitate, how do I take this expensive thing? Like coaching is another one that's happening right now as well, right? So it's the same idea where it's like it's very high price thing. Can I give it 80% of the same experience for 1/100th of the cost, and have AI basically implement that? So that's kind of the I think the positioning and the distribution that is possible with this. So.
Hey, Cody, do you mind just sharing also what Chrome extension you're using?
Yeah. So it's called Keywords Everywhere. At this point, I need to do some relationship with them. It's called Keywords Everywhere. Super cheap. I think it's like $10 a month. It gives you the basically the search volume, the competitiveness. It's just representative numbers, and then but you can also see the trend data and the related queries. But super useful if you're just trying to do like quick research and understand kind of in real time, like what's the opportunity for as you're stumbling around the internet. So
cool, awesome,
incredible. More just growth gold. Cody, you have the gift. Okay, back to Marcus and Zaria, who are going to announce the top 3.
Yeah, exciting.
Woo.
Woo. Oh, it's the countdown. Well, we have in 3rd place, we have Jonas, and we have another really fun travel app. So I think that, a lot of Cody's tips from before apply to this one as well. But congrats, Jonas. This app is awesome. And this one's kind of more focused on the weather, which is always...
This is my favorite one, by the way. I think this can be a huge company. I'm like, actually, I think this is like a massive thing. So
it's always what I'm thinking about when I travel, because it's the whole thing. It involves your packing and it affects the entire vibe of your trip. Like your whole trip is how prepared you are for the weather, because if it's terrible weather and you don't know, or you're unprepared for it, I think this concept is just brilliant. And so that was a big piece of why I was like immediately attracted to this app, because it just fits into my life so well always too.
Yeah,
totally.
I honestly
actually tried it across 3 continents.
Oh, I love that.
That's awesome.
Because I've like traveled to like Canada, within Canada, USA, Dubai, India, Thailand. Like, I loved it.
Yeah, I love apps like this because they're such like small but like extremely useful utilities that you just like pull out when the moment calls for it, and it just works. And I love that about this app. Yeah.
I think it's perfect for the holiday season too. Like, I think there's actually like a huge opportunity to make this go viral on like a TikTok or Instagram Reels. And the content is basically like, I'm going home to, from X to Y. And like, I saw on the news that the weather's going to be bad. This app shows me the whole road, something like that. It's a very repeatable format that can, I think, work really well. I just want to share this, guys, because like, this is like, I see stuff like this, and this is what I get excited about because this is a compulsion. But so if you look at, let me go and bring this up. So it's basically AI, or it's a weather trip planner is the keyword phrase, and 1,000 searches per month, which doesn't look crazy, but there's like tons of variations of this. And some of these apps, the usage on them is just insane. Like if you look at the AccuWeather one, it's absolutely crazy. Also the trend on this, like not super wild, pretty consistent. But I think this thing that got me excited is when you look at what's ranking currently, it's this website Morecast. And then I'm just going to SimilarWeb. They get 147,000 visits a month just to that site that are basically like trying to map out like, the weather for their travel. I could see this being huge, and it looks like based off of like who's using this, it's a lot of people are using it for jobs that like include driving for them, right? So think like freight truck drivers, others like that. And so there's probably like whenever you see a tool like it's an application that's like a tool that can be used within somebody's job, or it's typically a more sticky application from a revenue standpoint. So I think on the acquisition side, again, you'd probably use TikTok, like have some like a virality around that. But then if you can just go after that like weather trip planner keyword, that I think is going to be the biggest opportunity with this. So I honestly, when I saw this, I was like, oh my God, this is a massive opportunity. So
this is like, I have friends who literally will be on standby to change their trip if the weather is bad. And I feel like you could even like build this out to like plan an alternate trip if like, you're trying to go to Florida and it's stormy, or you're trying to go to the mountains and it's warm and you don't have, it's just, there's so much here. I totally agree with Cody. This is a big one. Okay, back to you, anything team.
All right.
Give it to Marcus for second place.
Sure. How do we?
No.
All right. So in second place, we have Laurent with Jig. Oh, I love this app. So this app is one of the coolest and most fun apps I think that we judged. I think for me personally, it was also one of the like few apps that felt like, oh my God, you can build this inside of anything. Just because it just feels fun. It's basically like a sliding puzzle app, and obviously like quite like beautifully designed, and one of the ones that I think all the judges really appreciated.
Yeah, I think this app was just gorgeous. It was an immediate standout too. Like even just scrolling through the feed or just seeing it when we were clicking on all of them, I was really just like drawn to it visually as well. And it's so simple yet so well executed and very, fun and immediately understandable, which I think is really rare in an app as well.
Insane. And Laurent just won $12,000, which is a huge prize. Huge congrats, Laurent. Hope he's in the chat. I don't know. Cody, what did you think about this one?
I mean, this is like built for, it's like social. Like I can just see like an infinite amount of videos where it's just somebody basically solving these, and they're however long it takes. And I mean, it's kind of soothing in an odd way, which is like, I think it'll fit into that kind of like ASMR content format. But like your entire like adoption for like an app like this is like purely just through social. It's just somebody basically completing the puzzle, recording that process, and then like in the comments be like, the app name is X. Like you don't even mention it within the video. It's just like them going through it, and then they check the comments, they see that. And that will be the whole thing. If you do a video a day, I like guarantee this will have some like virality, some type of virality moment. The other thing that I could see people using this for is, how they do like the brain rot where it's like it's like somebody playing a game below while like, a podcast clip is happening above. I can see this like fitting into that, where it's like it's being used as like the brain rot, like to keep somebody engaged. So, anyways, yeah, I think that's the strategy here is purely social on something like this.
Awesome.
I love it. I totally agree. Congrats, Laurent. Hopefully you saw this, but okay. And I think we have our grand prize. So Marcus and Zaria, what do you think?
Woo!
Let's do it.
Drum roll for the grand prize winner.
20K.
Big deal. I know. Plus in credits too. So you can keep building, keep building on this project, build more projects, and hopefully this sets you up nicely to really turn this into something really real. Okay, and first place is Anita, and this app, Lowe, is unbelievably gorgeous. This was just stand out from the beginning. I was drawn to it. The care put into the character work here, just the overall like UI of the entire thing is beautiful. And basically she created these characters that kind of move through the app. And it's this whole, wellness app mixed with like caring for a creature. Yeah, very Tamagotchi-esque wellness app. And just overall really, really spectacular. And so congratulations, Anita. This is, one of the best apps I've ever seen built with anything. Really, really excited about this one.
Yeah, 100%. I think, in the future, digital beings, things that we care for, will certainly be more popular than they are even today. But even now, I'm seeing like apps like this like start to explode. And this one was honestly like one of those just like gorgeous apps where you just love seeing the different like creations that you've created as a part of like this brand. Yeah, and I also love how like the characters themselves also react to like how you're using the app, whether or not you're like coming back as frequently. Like things like that just like add that extra touch that show that you like really like put a lot of time and thought into it as well. So congrats, Anita.
So massive. Yeah. And like the design here, you're right. It's just so clean. It's so polished. And it's like the digital being mixed with like your own personal care, which is kind of wild. So there's something there. All right, Cody, what is the take?
Yeah, this is one of my other favorites. So I'm super stoked that you want to need it. This is amazing. I showed my fiance this actually, and she was like, "How do I get this?" Which I thought was like very, just off of a quick glance, kind of the. I think it does a lot of things from like it hits on nostalgia. If you look at like wellness app tracker or wellness tracker app, any of these categories, they're going crazy right now. And by combining this kind of like you keep the health of your, virtual pet, live by accomplishing your goals, I think it creates this really interesting dynamic from like a guilt standpoint, probably is where it's coming from, where it's like, oh, I want to, I'm almost guilted into taking care of myself, which is kind of a fascinating strategy. But yeah, on the distribution side, again, I think like something social like this it is going to work really well. I can see this working on TikTok just because it's built beautifully. So it's very cute, which will naturally go viral. And I think what I would lean into is probably going along the lines of storytelling, where it's like, I wanted to adopt these habits, but I could never stick to them. And then I found this app that if I don't do my habits, that my cute little pet dies, and then like have a zoom and be like, look how cute it is. Like, something like that. And then, I think that's one angle. The other side is going after like wellness apps. It's a really competitive category, but very sticky. So if you get users into the application, they kind of, live with you for a long time, which is great. It's just hard to convince them to get there. But yeah, I think social is going to be the arbitrage here, just because it is a competitive category. And I would just look at like wellness influencers, and that's probably going to be the vehicle for the distribution. The strategy here on the influencer, the creator side, it's not actually influencers, but creators. Basically find people that are making content in the wellness category already, reach out to them and ask them basically like, I want to get a post a month from you. What's the cost for that? It should come in around like $800 to $900 a month. If you get like 5 creators that are doing that simultaneously, you'll end up finding outliers within the posts. That learning of the outlier, you then distribute that to all the creators, and it creates this like virtuous flywheel. With something like this, the only way to support that is like you basically have to like monetize from day one. I would again do that structure where it's like a 3-day trial to a $89 yearly purchase. What will happen is people will like start out really strong, and then they'll decay on their habit. But if you get them to like make that purchase, it'll like get them more mentally bought in, because it's like the sunk cost that occurs. So the psychology there kind of applies to them to get to turn this into a habit. And there's probably some streak functionality for this as well, like doing what Duolingo does also. So anyways, kind of the, acquisition activation combination there for this in my mind.
I love it. And Vas, I'm curious your take. What did you like about this project?
First of all, congrats to Anita. Second of all, I hope that was recorded, because Cody just dropped like a bunch of sauce.
Yeah.
Probably really hard to get all that immediately. But seriously, Anita, congrats. I mean, this app, again, was like a standout from the beginning. Reiterating everything that Cody said, like New Year's is coming around the corner, and this could be huge for, okay, I want to stick to my resolutions. You could brand it that way for social media and like customer acquisition. I think there's a lot of places you can go with this app. I personally would use it if it was like, a New Year's resolution branded kind of a thing. And I think you can go ham with $20,000 in credits. So huge congrats. I think you're going to crush it, and best of luck.
Damn. And Nick, any final words on the winning submission?
I just loved it. I just spent a lot of time exploring the app. I think most of the people will do that. Just congrats to Anita. I think Cody has dropped a lot of. I think I should have a call with him.
Yeah, we're all learning.
Actually, I'm happy to talk to anybody. So just we'll share something. So.
Awesome.
I think Diffused said in the comments, with these breakdowns, we all win, which is so true. I mean, I think I'm literally taking notes through all this. I had the same question Marcus did, but seriously, Anita, congratulations. $20,000 just in time for the holiday season would not be possible without anything. And what I love about anything is your brand around like helping people become entrepreneurs and actually monetize. And like, this is like literally proof of that. Like you set this hackathon, you had Cody come in here to drop some sauce, you had Nick dropping sauce, you have Vas dropping sauce. And it's like, people can actually now take their creations and go build businesses around that. And that's so, so powerful. So I'll pass it back to you, Marcus and Zaria. Like, what's next for anything?
Yeah, we have some really exciting stuff. So I think this hackathon was a great way to help us launch our mobile app. So if anyone hasn't checked out our mobile app yet, definitely give it a go. You can build on web and you can build on mobile on the go. And so it's really fun to be able to start projects, on your computer, and then you have an idea randomly while you're, on the bus or you're, walking somewhere, and you can kind of continue that build on your phone. So that's been really exciting. We have some other really fun stuff kind of coming up in the next couple weeks. So definitely keep an eye out. And I know we have a little teaser here that there's kind of a new anything Contra thing coming your way. So everyone keep an eye out in the next couple weeks. We're really, really pumped for this. It's going to be huge.
Yeah, we are excited to keep working with Contra. And there's something big coming. We can't yet share what it is, but it will be coming soon.
Incredible. This is so much fun. And then I think, is that it from our side? Sean, do we have anything else? Okay, yeah. Thank you everything for being a part of this. And thank you, Cody, once again for like the business intel. It's wild. I think everyone
happy to help. Yeah, congrats guys on the win. Go make these into companies. Super excited. And for any of the winners, if you want like any advice or help, just let me know. Reach out on social, and I'm happy to assist in whatever way I can. So.
Incredible. Thanks again, Anything team. This was just amazing. Perfect time for the holidays. And congrats to all the winners. We'll see you next time.
Congrats, everybody.
Congrats, everyone.
See you guys. Bye.